Okay, so let's get the boat ready to go. And so I think we're just going to basically push off and go forward. So I say, how about you and I both get on, if you want to get on at the lifelines there, and we'll just give it a good push. Ready? And there we go. That was no fuss, no muss. Awesome. And the dinghy's behind us. Yep. Okay, so welcome back to the deck of Artemis. We spent an interesting evening in Deception Pass State Park. Interesting mainly because there's a lot of fishing activity around here. And the wake definitely hits you on the boat. So kind of interesting too that we found out there's a lot of people doing crabbing directly from the boat. So not the boat, from the dock. So that's also kind of an interesting deal. Not one of my totally favorite parts of the world to go to at this point in time. And I think mainly it's because of the fact that it's very, very busy area. There was lots of fishermen. Yep. There's lots of fishermen, and it's not that I have anything against fishermen, but they tend to come in at full wake into the dock is what we've kind of noticed. So, but yeah, anyway, so we are off to Oak Harbor right now. So the current is not going to be our friend this morning. So we suspect that we're going to be fighting it a little bit initially, but eventually it will turn around. Wind forecast is pretty much flat the whole entire way, depending if you believe that or not. So we'll see. And that's about it. So yeah, we'll check in here in a little bit on our journey. So awesome. So as we're leaving in Cornet Bay, it is a beautiful day out. We are about a 1 knot negative current. We have a beautiful view of Mount Baker up ahead of us, so that's pretty awesome. So we'll kind of see how the rest of our journey goes. But yeah, so far so good. As I said, it's a beautiful day outside. This is very nice. Good to be here. Awesome. So we rounded the corner from Cornet Bay. It's a gorgeous day outside. It continues to be very nice. The current's a little less than 1 knot against us, so not super horrible. But the wind is not going to help us do any kind of sailing today. It's about 5 knots. We got a current to deal with. We've got some distance to deal with. So we decided to kind of forego any thoughts of sailing today. So, but yeah. But other than that, it's just beautiful. It's kind of really a nice place to be today, don't you think, Kat?
Beautiful.
Yeah, so awesome. We are now in the vicinity of the entrance to the Swinomish Channel. Up ahead of us, you can see kind of this kind of a seawall. There's some range markers and buoys and stuff. So unlike last time we were here, today we actually could keep going straight. But we definitely keep track of where we're at because it's a little shallow out here in spots. So it's deceptively open. So, but yeah, anyway, still plugging along. Kind of have been doing pretty even on the current, so that's been kind of nice. And wind, not much to see. It's pretty flat out here right now. So, but yeah, anyway, another again awesome day. Awesome. So it's part of this trip's kind of interesting because you're looking around here. There's a lot of open water, but the reality of the matter, a lot of that open water is pretty shallow. So we're having to kind of stay between. Keep the red buoys onto our left, which means we are going out to sea and basically stay within the channel. So, but the good friend Mr. Otto, as an autopilot, is doing a pretty good job of keeping up straight, and the sea state is not really giving it any problems, which is always a good thing. So yeah, again, not too exciting, but still a beautiful day. Awesome. So we are leaving Skagit Bay, which is, as I said, pretty impressive as how big of a bay it is, but also just as impressive as how shallow it is. So we're going to be entering a Saratoga Passage here fairly quickly. So making our way over to Oak Harbor. So yeah, really the currents have been in our favor the whole entire time. So other than right in the beginning, so yeah, it was great. So yeah, having an awesome time here. So we're getting ready to make our final turn towards the entrance of Oak Harbor. We picked up some wind. It's blowing fairly decently, about 10.5 knots. The only issue is that straight ahead looks like it's a definite wind line. It looks pretty calm. So we are not going to deploy the sails at this point in time. We're not really that far away from the entrance to the harbor. So as predicted, we have hit the kind of the wind line that I was talking about. Pretty wild how it goes from like blowing 10 to 11 down to 6. And I'm sure as we kind of progress more into this, we'll keep going a little bit less. So yeah, anyway, very interesting, I think. So currently we are approximately 5.5 miles from our destination. So we'll be getting there in about an hour or so. So yeah, awesome. Our turn off to Oak Harbor is about 1.5 miles ahead. Super calm. Kind of a beautiful day. It is a beautiful bay. Really enjoying this today. So kind of a bit of a zen moment while motoring. So the autopilot's been doing a pretty good job. So it's been a kind of a sit back, relax, and really enjoy the ride. And we've definitely been doing that. So yeah. So we'll see what happens here as we turn into the harbor. It's got a definite channel you have to be in. So, but we're pretty familiar with doing stuff like that, so not a problem. I'm just hoping that just by some bad luck, that 11 knot wind we had back there does not find its way to funnel through Oak Harbor, but you know what to say? About to find out. Awesome. We have officially entered the channel that leads us to Oak Harbor. So as predicted, the wind obviously did not help us out. It's blowing a decent 8 true at this point in time. It sure would have been nice to have been like calm winds in a brand new marina, but oh well, it's all good. We'll figure it out. So yeah, anyway, almost there. About another 1.5 miles to go, so awesome. So it's actually kind of scenic coming in here. Bit of a windy channel to get in, but it's actually pretty cool. The wind is still blowing a nice almost 8 knots as we come in, so that's great. So we'll see how it goes once we get closer to the marina. And I'm having a nice time, as always. Awesome. So we are almost at the harbor, getting ready to dock, so we'll go ahead and bring her in. Should not be a problem. The winds have died down a little bit here, so it's good. So thank goodness for that. So yeah. Little sailing action going over here with some juniors, looks like, so pretty cool. And I said it's a nice little harbor. I'm kind of digging the whole feel and the look, and so yeah, pretty cool. Awesome. And as we come into the harbor, look at all the seals and sea lions. Pretty cool. So we made it to Oak Harbor. It was a nice day today. It was a beautiful motor over here. And it's a nice harbor. I mean, I kind of like the vibe of it so far. 40-foot slip, huge fairway behind us. So yeah, very nice and easy to get into. And the good thing was that the wind was actually super calm, made for a pretty nice little landing. So, but yeah, other than that, I'm looking forward to at least checking out today what's available out here. And then we will be off to Langley tomorrow. Awesome. This video, hit subscribe and give us a big like down below. Thanks for watching.